Greetings, everyone.
Greetings.
This portion of the evening is where we acknowledge our awardees. We acknowledge them for their passion and their commitment in creating opportunities, as well as ensuring that the individuals, the families, and the overall community is invested in and has a better improvement in their way of life. And we do that, we offer and show our support and acknowledgement through the actual CARE Award itself. The process of us selecting individuals for the CARE Award is that individuals are nominated by our board members, they are nominated by our supporters, and they're nominated by you. From that, our awards committee then reviews personal bios and resumes and the statements that were made by the ones who nominated the individuals. And from that, the committee collectively does a vote, and that's how the awardees are selected. For those of you who, this may be your first time attending a WeCare event, every gala we have a different theme. And as you're aware of, this year's theme is Heritage, or our Heritage Gala. The word heritage itself has different meanings for everyone, and it should, because it entails a lot of different things. Heritage gives us pride, it gives us strength, and it gives us passion. One of the definitions of heritage is something that is handed down from the past. And that's handed down through tradition, through culture, through blood, and that's just to name a few. Heritage gives us pride, like I said. Heritage tells us about ourselves. Our heritage is what gives us lessons to live by and learn from so that we can be a better people. And our heritage also gives us strength and faith and determination. And it should, but to be honest, some people are ashamed of their heritage. Some people are quick to claim the heritage, the cultures, the traditions of others instead of that of what they were born into or raised into. And that's unfortunate. Everyone in here are descendants of the S word, and that is survivors. Regardless of your race, your ethnicity, or your background, the fact that you are here in this room means that you are descendants of survivors. And that alone should make you proud of who you are. It should make you proud of the people that have come before you, and the people that we intend to be. Much thought goes into the actual award that we give out itself. Every year, just like our theme changes, our award also has a different theme. The award that we intend to give out tonight is one of the first awards that we have given out years ago, and it is the Tekken. The Tekken is the original name, but you would know it as the obelisk. The first Tekkens, or obelisks, were erected in ancient Egypt, or Kemet, which was part of the Ethiopian Empire. The base of the obelisk had 4 even sides. It was a square. And that's because that the people who built them know that there had to be a foundation of security and of stability. It also encompassed the foundation of the 4 sides because the people of that time also knew the spiritual significance of the number 4, because 4 represented Ma'at, and Ma'at stands for the principle of truth, justice, balance, order, righteousness, reciprocity, and harmony. Those are the same principles that our awardees tonight stand for. Those are the same principles that our awardees tonight fight for and strive for so that we can be who we are today and so that our children can be who they need to be for tomorrow. The traditional and ancient obelisks were also made of solid granite, and that's because the internal structure had to be secure as well. It had to be secure because of the massive height and the massive weight that it had to carry, as well as being strong internally and externally because of the environmental factors. It is likewise like the awardees tonight, they also have shown us that they have that internal strength because they too have to face environmental factors. And that comes in the form of people telling them, stop what they're doing, questioning, why are you doing that? You're not making a lot of money. People telling them to give up their dreams, discrimination, not getting financial support and backing, which is needed to obviously improve the lives of the community. Those are the environmental factors that affect some of you that do the type of work that you do, the obstacles. In addition to that, the obelisk, they had inscriptions on it. And the inscriptions were called Sesh Meduneter. That's the ancient term. It's now called hieroglyphs. When the Greeks came in, they saw that what the hieroglyphs were, and the hieroglyphs actually means sacred carvings, because when they came in, they saw the significance of our writings as well. So the inscriptions actually told who was being honored, why, and what special event. So the inscriptions on the obelisk this evening will also say who is being honored, why, and the special event. So it is our intent this evening so that the awardees, when you go home this evening, and when you take your tekens or your obelisk, that you are reminded of your significance. You are reminded of your power and your strength. You are reminded of the divine presence in life that you actually have, and it's actually, we see it through our eyes, so that you can continue to do the work that you do. You can continue to give the service that you give, so years from now, down the line, the people can look back and not be ashamed to claim their heritage because of the work that you do. Thank you. Our first recipient of the CARE Award is Miss Ivy M. Willoughby, also known as Grandma. Grandma has been an iconic figure around the city of Bridgeport. She moved to Bridgeport in the mid-1980s and opened a restaurant on Barnum Avenue. From this restaurant, she began feeding the neighborhood children looking for a snack after school. This continued into the early 1900s when her health took a turn and she had to retire from the restaurant business. She continued finding ways to feed those in need through ministry work, seeking help and donations from anyone that would answer her call. In 1998, she began volunteering with the Department of Parks and Recreation summer camp. She became an official staff member in 1999, and that's when the magic began. She was responsible for the 5-year-old campers at Beardsley, Newfield, and Seaside Park. This is where she gained the name Grandma. To this day, when she is out running errands, she can be heard responding to someone calling her, "Grandma!" from across the street or parking lot. During the fall months, she was in charge of the night rec at both Columbus and Longfellow schools as well as the night rec swimming program at Blackham schools. She is also known to have worked with the seniors at Eisenhower Senior Center, Black Rock Senior Center, and North End Bethany. She is known for also working the seniors events citywide. She was honored in May of 2017 by the City of Bridgeport for her continuous support and efforts. Miss Willoughby is an active church mother at Jesus Saves Ministries in Bridgeport, Connecticut, and she cooks and feeds 50 to 100 less fortunate families under the John Street Bridge on the last Sunday of the month. And for that reason, Mrs. Ivy Willoughby, for your heartfelt passion, dedication, and overall service to those in need, specifically the youth and seniors of our community, WeCare Community Center would like to present you with our CARE Award.
has been a surprise for me as usual. I don't know when these things happen, but to God be the glory for the things He has done. He has given me a heart of love, sharing, and caring, and I will continue to do so as long as He giveth me breath. Thanks.
Grandma! Our next WeCare Care Award recipient, Mr. Brian H. Dennis. Brian Dennis is a native of Bridgeport, Connecticut, and a graduate of Central High School, class of 1980. Brian attended Cheyney University of Pennsylvania, where he majored in Earth and Space Science. Mr. Dennis has a passion for seeing people succeed, living a blessed life, and living in the overflow manifested by God. His main concerns are financial literacy and solvency, homelessness, affordable housing, and transitional housing. Brian has volunteered his time and services for years at the Merton House, where he and few members of his church formed a team that would do random acts of kindness. This team's plan to donate money each month to purchase food and give their time to cook and serve breakfast and lunch and clean up one Saturday a month. Brian is also part of a team from New Visions International Ministries that visit nursing homes and hospitals, visiting the sick and shut-ins, providing prayer, praise and worship, visitation, and ministering. Brian has worked for years developing, operating, managing, and raising money for social services programs to support Bridgeport youth, women and children with the Park City Regional Development Corporation. Brian has volunteered his services to the Bridgeport Community and Police Youth Collaborative Mentoring Program run by former Bridgeport police officer David Daniels for boys and girls aged 10 to 15 years old. His goal and mission is to inspire, impact, and increase the lives of these young people. He has introduced the youth to financial literacy and solvency through the stock market game, connecting students to the global economy with virtual investing and real-world learning. Brian has 3 children, Jordan and the twins, Brandon and Brianna. Brian, for assisting and empowering individuals in our community through your countless community service efforts and by providing financial literacy, we would like to present you with the CARE Award.
Good evening. Just like to thank you all. Our youth need a lot of help. So I see a lot of people in here, and I'm sure you're all connected with different organizations, but we got to find a better way for our youth. So my way is to teach them how to think for themselves, to teach them how to become financially literate and solid, to teach them to think a better way than what they're doing in the streets. So I just encourage you all to work with the youth in any way that you can, because Bridgeport, we need it. And I'm going to continue to serve and reach out to these children until I get as many as I can to get them to get ready for the world. Thank you for this award.
Mr. Aaron Turner was born and raised in Bridgeport, where he graduated from the public school system. After receiving his degree from UConn, he returned home to Bridgeport to make a difference in his community. He worked as a union organizer in Bridgeport as well as other cities, advocating for working people and helping them stand up to corporate interests. After years of community, labor, and political organizing, Aaron became Senator Ed Gomes' aide in Hartford, serving the people of the 23rd District. Upon Gomes' retirement, Aaron ran for the seat in 2018. Erin has been actively involved in the school district's constant battle for sufficient funding, the lack of significant and sustainable economic development, the Water Pollution Control Authority's foreclosure of houses, derelict public housing conditions, the lack of quality jobs or a skilled workforce, and the recurring crime and unfortunate gun violence. Erin has dedicated his entire professional life to fighting for working people. Erin also successfully restarted the Greater Bridgeport Youth Democrats and previously served on the board of the Connecticut Young Democrats. Erin serves as the Governmental Relations Chair for the Greater Bridgeport NAACP and is on the board for the Bridgeport YMCA. Erin lives in the Mill Hill section of the city and volunteers for numerous charitable organizations. Mr. Aaron Turner, for your commitment to fair labor, education, and political advocacy, and your overall stance for social justice to promote a better community, we would like to offer you the CARE Award.
Good evening, everybody. There's no words that are adequate enough to express my true appreciation for being the recipient of such a prestigious award. It is organizations like WeCare who help mold and create a blueprint in which I'm following today. A blueprint, as you know, requires architects, engineers, builders, and the dream that will change the landscape as we know for the better. This includes the implementation of the blueprint. And I am involved in a blueprint that will empower and change the way we as a people are living. Thank you.
Deborah Thomas Sims, mother, grandmother, community and political activist, accomplished Chief Operating Officer. Mrs. Thomas Sims served as the Chief Operating Officer of Shared Vision since 2015. Prior to that, she served as the Director of the Office of Neighborhood Revitalization for the City of Bridgeport, where she managed 7 established neighborhood revitalization zones. Through her career, she has designed several award-winning programs which have had national impact. She is innovative and has collaborated with the faith-based community as well as the business and political communities. Deborah is a lifelong resident of the East End of Bridgeport. She served as a volunteer on city, state, and community-based boards. She currently had the pleasure of serving as chair of the East End NRZ Pop-Up Market and Cafe, addressing the needs of the longest-standing food desert in Bridgeport. The East End's NRZ Pop-Up Market and Cafe is a collaborative effort of Bridgeport Coalition United to Reach Equity, also known as Bridgeport Cure, the Greater Bridgeport Opportunities Industrialization Center, Bridgeport Neighborhood Trust, and Dubai Consulting. The project will compare changes in fruit and vegetable consumption in this neighborhood to changes accomplished in other neighborhoods. The East End NRZ's Pop-Up Market and Cafe seeks to eliminate the neighborhood's distinction of being the longest-standing food desert in the state by improving access to healthy foods. Deborah serves as Vice Chair of the East End Neighborhood Revitalization Zone and is the secretary and one of the founders of the East End Reunion Committee. Her passion and commitment is in her work with children and families, where she volunteers in the outreach ministry at Blessed Sacrament Church, hosting many community events for their parish. She also volunteers time on behalf of Yana, You Are Not Alone, Project Longevity, and Marina Village Unique and Unified After-School Program. Deborah has received numerous awards for the work she has done on behalf of the children and families of Bridgeport. Deborah's greatest achievements are her children, her daughter and son-in-law, Amy and Benny Morant, grandson Khalil, and her son Vaughn Sims Jr. Deborah worships at Blessed Sacrament Church in Bridgeport, Connecticut, and in August of 2016, she was ordained and licensed as a chaplain. Blessings. Our CARE Award is presented to Ms. Deborah Thomas Sims for your years of service, commitment, outreach, and innovative programs that have brought life and vitality to the residents and families of the East End of Bridgeport, Connecticut. Thank you.
So I had this long speech prepared, but all I'm going to say is thank you to WeCare. And more importantly, I want to say thank you to all the folks that stood by me all this time. But I couldn't do the things, raise my children, you know, do all the things that I've been able to do in the community without them. So this award is really about them and sticking by me and doing the things that I've been able to do. So Team Deborah, stand up. All of y'all. Thank you.
Today it's our belief that offering supportive and educational programs bring us closer together, closer to our goals, and establishing a safer, healthier, caring, and thriving community that yearns to give back. We celebrate and challenge the best in each one of us, and we pay it forward. At this time, I would like to introduce our president and founder, Dorette Evans Moss.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening. Oh my God, everyone looks so wonderful. Welcome. On behalf of WeCare Community Center and the Board of Directors, I am delighted to welcome you to our 6th annual Charity Awards Gala. Tonight, we will honor and celebrate the recipient of the CARE and Benefactor Award, while at the same time raise money for our family educational and scholarship programs. The CARE Award reflects WeCare's profound commitment to engagement in service to our community. This award allows us to celebrate the leaders of our community today, as well as reaffirm our commitment to creating the leaders of tomorrow through our educational and scholarship program. I would like to first take a moment to thank all of you for being part of this celebration. By being here today, you are investing in change. Change that comes in the form of these scholarships we give out and the family-oriented programs and events we host. We believe that education can transform the lives of young adults by preparing them for their professional careers. Funding a scholarship can make a significant difference in a student's life. We understand the success of our youth will have a positive effect not only on themselves, but also on the community as a whole. WeCare is committed to the belief and understanding that we're all socially responsible for making our community a better place. That is why this evening is so important. Putting an event together such as this is challenging, and it certainly takes a tremendous amount of effort and collaboration. I would like to thank the Awards Gala Committee and WeCare board members and ambassadors. I would especially like to thank Michelle. Michelle, please stand. Michelle was the driving force behind this year's event. So I'd like to thank all our board members and ambassadors for devoting their time to ensuring the success of this event. And final thanks goes to my family, who has always supported me in whatever I do. Again, I would like to congratulate the honorees for the positive impact on the lives they have touched. I appreciate your commitment, contribution, years of exceptional service. Each one of you represents the very heart and soul of our community. In addition to our CARE Award, as I said, we also will be honoring our Benefactor Award. This is a special award that we don't normally award at this event, but this year we were very fortunate to be supported by a company that we thought it was only fitting to have them here tonight and honor them, and that's Asher Construction Company. So again, I would like to thank everyone for being here today, and I really hope you enjoy yourself. Thank you.
Mr. Williams has been a lifetime Bridgeport, Connecticut resident who has committed his time and energy in making a difference in the community. He has always been a positive force in his family and in his community of Bridgeport. Born and raised in P.T. Barnum Apartments on the west end of Bridgeport, Keith moved to the east end of Bridgeport in 1979, where he has resided for the last 39 years. He joined the Bridgeport Fire Department in 1984 and has been a pumper engineer for the last 28 years of his career. Keith is also a member of the Firebird Society of Bridgeport and has been one of the past treasurers for over 10 years. Keith is married to his beautiful wife of 26 years, Dorian Bracy Williams, and they have two amazing adult children, Keith Jr. and Brittany. He is also the proud grandfather of a granddaughter, Joelle. He is a member of the First Baptist Church of Stratford, where he serves as an usher and is also vice president of the senior usher board for the last 6 years. Keith's plan in the next couple of years is to retire from the fire department and continue his efforts to improve the East End community. Keith has found himself volunteering for various organizations, something that is very near and dear to his heart. Keith is president of the East End NRZ Neighborhood Revitalization Zone, which is an organization that works along the city of Bridgeport to help plan and develop the neighborhood. He started volunteering at the East End Community Food Bank 20 years ago and is now in charge and running the organization along with several other committed volunteers. The entire group has made this a big success. This year, he gave his first community fish fry cookout in September and at the food bank located at 1149 Stratford Avenue, and he is going to make this an annual event every year. This and many other events to come down the road. In 2012, Keith received the Unsung Hero Award from the National Council of Negro Women Incorporated for his dedication and unselfish efforts to improve and support the community. Keith has done Santa's Last Stop for over 10 years. This is an event done on Christmas Day every year for those children who are less fortunate during the holidays. This event brings so much joy to so many families. The children come out and are allowed to pick 2 toys and a book to read, and this is one of their favorite events. This year, Keith received a letter of recognition from the City of Bridgeport for his off-duty efforts in running the Stratford Avenue Food Bank and organizing Santa's Last Stop every Christmas, which is a true honor. Keith's plans and his future goals are to continue volunteering, bettering his community, and doing what he can to help those who are less fortunate.
There's the man.
Keith Williams, for the overall work, investment, and care that you have displayed and contributed to the East End community while benefiting the greater Bridgeport area as a whole. All
right, Luther B. I am honored to be here tonight and grateful to be a recipient of this award. I was very surprised. I was very surprised when I was told about receiving this award. I would like to thank my family and my friends who came out to support me. At this time, will all my family and my friends, will you please stand? I would like to say say that volunteering is something that I am passionate about. The joy that comes with it when you see the young kids come and receive their toys, or when working at the food bank and all the less fortunate come out. Because at this time, there's so many people out there that's, struggling and everything, and anything that you can give them will help, And as long as they can put a meal on their table, they're grateful for it. And we all come together and, helping hand to help these that's less than fortunate. I think Bridgeport would be a better place. And being honored to doing this, sometimes I love to enjoy was necessary. I love, excuse me, being honored for doing something that I love and enjoy was necessary. But I just wanted to thank you from the bottom of my heart for this acknowledgement, and to thank WeCare for acknowledging me for this special award. Thank you.
Our final award for the evening is our Benefactor Award, where we acknowledge special individuals who have assisted us in various ways through significant financial contributions and with their overall support. It is that support and belief in us and our mission at WeCare that lets us know that we are doing the right thing. Mr. Anthony Stewart received his bachelor's degree in business management at Albertus Magnus College in New Haven, Connecticut, and studied finance and information systems at Howard University in Washington, D.C. Prior to starting his own business, Mr. Stewart worked in New York City for 12 years, managing major complex masonry projects, including MOE building, multiple train stations for the Metropolitan Transit Authority, the DASNY, Health and Hospitals Corporation of New York, and schools for the New York Schools Construction Authority, including the first net zero building at PS 62. Mr. Stewart also worked on two of the largest construction projects in U.S. history. 25 billion Hudson Yards, a real estate development project featuring a collection of shops, restaurants, offices, public schools, and cultural centers, and the East Side Access Project, connecting Long Island Railroad service to Grand Central Terminal. On these projects, Ashlar Construction managed the installation of very detailed granite and natural stone, brick and stone pavers, stone stair treads, benches, and other landscape features. Ashlar Construction also managed a 4,000 square feet of brick and stone pavers to create a courtyard with benches and trellises for the New York School of Agriculture on Governor's Island. 400,000-piece historic restoration at McCarran Park Swimming Pool in Brooklyn, and 52,000 square foot of stone with a clock tower at PS 331 in Brooklyn, New York. The first 20 years of Mr. Stewart's professional career was spent as a general contractor, building both commercial and residential projects in Connecticut. To date, he has completed 89 houses, 2 apartment buildings, 7 restaurants, a USDA processing plant, a large prototype General Motors car dealership, office space, and a halo room for General Electric, 4 hospital renovations, 15 school projects, 6 train stations, 3 college additions renovations, including the University Forum at Columbia University in New York. He was selected by the City of Bridgeport's Library Board to renovate 2 existing libraries and an additional library which is currently in the design phase. The City of Bridgeport recently awarded Mr. Stewart the Civic Block Development, which is a 34,000 square foot retail and office complex. The anchor stores for the Civic Block includes Gala Foods, Optimus Healthcare, and Medical Arts Pharmacy. Mr. Stewart is happily married to his loving wife of 30 years, Ina, and they have 2 daughters, Candace and Ashley. Mr. Anthony Stewart, for your generosity and support of WeCare's vision to enhance the quality of life by providing services and programs to build and restore a solid foundation for family and community development. We'd like to give you our Benefactor Award.
So put your after.
Thank you. I'm extremely humbled because I'm a relatively simple guy. And when I hear about the things that all the other people who stood up here before me did, I question why I'm here, basically, because they did some great things. But I want to thank WeCare for what they've done. I was born in Georgia, but I was raised in Bridgeport. I was raised on Davenport Street in Bridgeport. So I am truly committed to Bridgeport. And we're bringing all our resources that we can bear back into the East End of Bridgeport to do development work. So I'm excited about the opportunity. I'm excited about the future. And like everyone else who spoke up here earlier, I too am committed to make this a better place.
Can I get people from table 15 to get on the dance
I'm gonna take my time. Come on. So here we go. DJ Eagles up here, Apostle Stan, let's do it. Whoa! Patrick O'Malley, you already know what it is, Scandalous Vibes. Your boy Flex City, what's up?
I want to run back to the soul.